Some families are challenging. Though they love each other, they have different personalities, opinions, and beliefs that make it hard for each member to communicate with each other. The representation of dysfunctional families in the books Everywhere Blue by Joanne Ross Massler, Fritz, Furia by Emil Said Mendez, and Dig by A.S. King have serious issues that harm each member of the family. Each of the characters in these stories both affect and is affected by the decisions of their family members. And though family isn't always the main focus of these books, it's central to each one of their plots. Madrigal, or Maddie, as almost everyone calls her, feels like her life is falling apart. The most important things in her life are music and her family. But when she gets the shocking news that her older brother Strum has gone missing from his college campus on the other side of the country, Maddie must reevaluate what it means to be a good sister, a good daughter, a good friend, and a good musician. Maddie feels that nobody knows her brother Strum better than her. They share a long bond based on their love of classical music. If anyone can find Strum, Maddie knows it will be her. Nothing will get in the way of finding her brother. While looking for clues, Maddie realizes that she actually doesn't know everything about Strum. But she does start to see the cracks in her family that she never knew were there before Strum went missing. Far from being the perfect family, the youngest member starts to see how her parents fundamentally disagree with their son about the things he's passionate about. As her parents leave Maddie and her sister Aria alone to physically search for Strum near his college campus, Maddie feels increasingly alienated and alone. She tethers herself to the connection she has with her brother. She spends more time with her best friend Emma, and together they spend time with the school's eco club, making new friends and learning more about the environmental challenges all creatures on Earth face because of climate change. Eco Club provides Maddie with a positive outlet for the turbulent emotions that she's feeling during this time, but also a distraction from the only family she seems to have left. Aria spends her days shutting out her sister and her nights drinking and partying. By spending more time with the interesting gang of supporters that she's found, including Emma, her music teacher, and her high school advanced mathematics classmate Nico, Maddie is able to identify the reasons why Strum may have gone missing and why her family needs to heal. Everywhere Blue is written in verse and is perfect for poetry lovers and newbies alike. The story is emotionally charged and shows that all families, no matter how perfect they may seem, have problems and could use some help. In Furia by Emil Said Mendez, Camila lends a lie. Her Argentinian family wants and expects her to be the perfect daughter. They want her to be conservative and docile, never share her opinions or dress inappropriately. She must follow the orders of the men in her life, including her overbearing father. Camila does follow these orders. Sometimes. Sometimes she is the perfect daughter. She makes perfect grades in school and tells her parents she plans on becoming a doctor. But other times, Camila is that feria. She is a force to be reckoned with on her football team, where her talents must be hidden from all but her teammates so that her family doesn't know that she plays. Her parents, like most people in her Argentinian neighborhood, are football crazy, but don't think that girls or women should play. Camila does everything she can to keep her sacred lie a secret so that she can keep this one small passion just for her. This isn't too hard, since her older brother is a league player now and gets most of her parents' attention. But her dreams and her talent are greater than her brother's, only if her parents cared to notice. Unfortunately, Camila's life becomes more complicated when her team is invited to play in a national tournament. Winning means the potential to become a part of the national team or to gain the attention of scouts from across the globe. It is all La Furia has ever wanted, but it means more practices, more conditioning, and more secrets kept from her family. Not to mention the attention her team and La Furia herself is gaining from the media. As Camila's father becomes increasingly hostile, and even her brother, her former ally, becomes more volatile, Camila has to tread carefully for the safety of herself, her mother, and her big secret. Then there's the other big issue. Camila's childhood friend Diego has come back into her life. Diego has become a huge football star and plays as a Titan in Italy, but his mind remains on his home and Camila. Camila struggles to balance her budding relationship with Diego alongside the incessant demands and expectations of her father. And though Diego is a welcome distraction from her dysfunctional family, he is also a distraction from her football dreams. The cost of achieving the plans she dreams of while maintaining the delicate harmony of her relationships weighs heavily on Camila, who must channel the energy of La Furia in everything she does just to survive. That is Furia by Yamile Said Mendez. Some families are rotten. One of these is the Hemmings family in Dig by A.S. King. 5 teenagers find themselves in less than desirable situations in one Pennsylvania town. Some of them know each other, some of them don't. Some of them know their family, and some of them don't. Under the nicknames of the Shoveler, the Freak, First Class Malcolm, Can I Help You, and Loretta, the Flea Circus Ringmistress, these teens navigate through the challenges put upon them by their families, or what best resembles a family, including abuse, neglect, terminal illness, poverty, and blatant racism. Then there's Marla and Gottfried, an old couple of former potato farmers. Gottfried looks back at his past with regret. He and Marla faced many obstacles during their time together, financially and emotionally. Their decisions may have ruined their families, then later the lives of their 4 children. Marla sees beyond the emotional turmoil she inspired in her children, instead seeing their lives as a success that ended in a large amount of accumulated wealth. Gottfried worries about not having a relationship with his children or grandchildren. Marla doesn't. For Marla, Easter is the most important day of the year. It is the day her family comes home. She wants nothing short of perfection. In the meal, in her home, and the annual Easter egg hunt for her grandchildren. The year races towards Easter, and she becomes more and more obsessed with the image her broken family will have of her, all while she continues to harbor a decades-long secret that she thinks ruined not only herself, but also her children and grandchildren. As the year approaches Easter, the kids start to unravel the threads of personal and societal issues that impact their lives. They recognize how the deep-seated racism in the town and the nation at large reveals itself in the actions of their family members and themselves. Some of the kids begin to meet each other and find kindred spirits that seem to understand them. They form new relationships and lose others. But most importantly, they recognize that they need help. The teens support one another as they each face a reckoning with their family, and they realize that for some, it is too late to get help. With a lot of kindness, empathy, and help, the kids may be alright, but the same might not be true for Marla and Gottfried and the family that they left out in the cold decades ago. Everywhere Blue by Joanna Rossmasler Fritz, Furia by Emil Said Mendez, and Dig by A.S. King seem to be three very different books, but they actually have a significant thread tying them together. They are each about strong characters trying to sort out the mess of their families while figuring out the impact of their families on the rest of their lives. Some families are challenging, but these teens are able to find themselves while navigating this constant obstacle in their lives.